Hi again everyone, Scott Player Pop Cult fan here, and in this video I want to talk about something that I kind of feel pretty strongly about, and it actually, because recently I just finished watching like a playthrough of the Planet of the Apes video game that was a tie-in to the Tim Burton remake when that came out, and I didn't realize this, but there was a scene, like in one of the last few cutscenes in that video game, where they mentioned how they talked about the fall of humanity and the rise of the apes in the game, and they mentioned in the game that there was clearly some inspiration, some religious inspiration for that game with the Noah's Ark, uh, which is interesting because I don't I it seems like they're gonna take influence from the Noah's Ark story for the new movie Kingdom as well. At least that's what it seems like to me, which is fascinating. And I think that the Planet of the Apes 2001 video game that was a tie-in to the Tim Burton remake, it it was like a mix between the two different between the original 68 film and the 2001 Tim Burton film. Like the game, it had like a weird mix of what was the original 68 film, but also what was the 2001 film. It was interesting. I think the game in and of itself is bad, but the concept of it and what it was trying to do was more interesting than the actual execution of the game itself and the actual story. But and the game was, bad, but it is interesting because there was also a Planet of the Apes video game that was a bit of a tie-in to the War for the Planet of the Apes back in 2017, but that game wasn't really a game. It felt like more of an interactive movie, and personally, I really think that the premise of Planet of the Apes, it would lend itself really well to a proper video game. And some of the previous attempts we've had for video games within the Planet of the Apes franchise have been misses, mostly, almost entirely. There haven't been any decent video games made yet in this franchise. I mean, some people might like the Last Frontier video game that came out as a tie-in to War for Planet of the Apes, but it wasn't a game. It was not a game. It was an interactive movie, and if they treated a Planet of the Apes video game like, say, The Last of Us or the Star Wars Jedi games, I would play the hell out of that. I would play the hell out of that. I would die happy playing a Planet of the Apes video game that was like The Last of Us or Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I would play that to death. And, there's a lot about the Planet of the Apes premise that can work as a video game. They just have not made it like a proper video game yet for this franchise that, was well made and, actually had actual gameplay that was good. And also the same can be said about Evil Dead, but that can be a topic for another video. And overall, like, the premise, like the idea of going on a quest and having this government of apes, like, kind of not necessarily like searching for you, but it's there, and it's sort of like the Empire in the Star Wars Jedi games, like I keep saying, where they're enemies of gorillas and other humans too that are like savages, and things like that. It can lend itself to a really good video game. And I also think that in regards to that 2001 video game that came out, there are elements of that game where, even though it's not a good game, there are interesting aspects of the story in it where you have this religious faction of humans that are living underground, and invoking like the mutants of Beneath the Planet of the Apes in that part of the story. And I don't know if they'll do that with this new film coming out, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, addressing like the idea of there being living humans like underground. I don't know if they're going to do that with this new trilogy. I honestly do not want that in the new trilogy, because that's sort of a testament to the times of the 1970s, with the whole thing of nuclear war and radiation. That was a product of its time with those movies. We don't need to have underground mutant humans in this more modern, grounded, rebooted series. We do not need that in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, if you ask me. I mean, if they can somehow make that work with the ALZ 113 virus, having different mutations affecting people differently, maybe, but I don't think that would work for this rebooted, grounded take that we've had so far with Planet of the Apes. I just don't think we should have that. And yeah, I also, like I was saying, like in regards to like the whole Noah's Ark of it all with that religious story, there was an element of that in the 2001 video game, and how there were different factions of humans that were sort of cowards in a way, which was interesting. But like I said, I don't think that should, be a thing in the new films. I don't. And if they ever do make another Planet of the Apes video game, I would imagine that it would hopefully be canon to the new movies. And that should do it. Alright guys, peace.